Hi, I'm Linda, 28 years old, working as an accountant at Bright Ideas. It's not a terrible job, but my coworkers? There's something else. Every morning, I pack my lunch into my trusty beat-up lunchbox. Still brown bagging it, Linda? Jennifer sneers, strutting by in her designer heels. James can't resist chiming in either. Ever heard of Uber? He teases as he catches me waiting at the bus stop. Oh right, probably not in your budget. I grit my teeth, refusing to let their comments get to me. If only they knew why I save every penny. My little sister, Pamela, has been sick for years. Her treatments are expensive, and with our parents out of the picture, it's all on me. So yeah, I bring lunch from home, take the bus, and shop at thrift stores. Sue me. One afternoon, Lisa, with her fake smile plastered on, asks, Linda, we're all going out for drinks after work. Want to join? Oh wait, maybe that's not in your budget. I force a smile. Thanks, but I've got plans. My plans usually involve heading straight home to Pamela. She needs help with her meds, and honestly, I'd rather be with her than deal with these jerks. Tyler, the new guy in accounting, is the only one who treats me decently. After a particularly nasty comment from Jennifer about my clearance rack outfit, he leans in and whispers, "Don't let them get to you." I nod, grateful for his kindness. But I can't tell him or anyone else about Pamela and the experimental treatment I'm saving up for. That's my business. Later that week, I'm heating up my sad little microwave meal when Jennifer saunters into the break room with her entourage. Oh my God, did you see what Linda's wearing today? She stage whispers. I swear it's the same blouse from last month. Maybe she's going for a world record. James laughs, but I tune them out. I have bigger things to worry about than their petty comments. At home that evening, Pamela notices I'm quieter than usual. Rough day at the office? She asks, wincing as she stretches on the couch. I paste on a smile. Nothing I can't handle. How about we watch that new show you've been talking about? As we curl up on the couch, I remind myself why I endure the snide remarks and the isolation at work. One day, we'll have enough saved for that treatment. One day, Pamela will be better. And on that day, I'll walk into that office with my head held high, knowing every brown bag lunch and thrift store outfit was worth it. The office is decked out in tinsel and cheap decorations for our annual Christmas party. I'm already on edge, having spent the morning helping Pamela through a painful flare-up. Linda, you made it. Jennifer's voice drips with fake enthusiasm. Love the festive sweater, Goodwill's finest. I tug at my worn red sweater and force a smile. Thanks for noticing. All right, everyone. Jennifer claps her hands. Time for Secret Santa. I've forgotten all about it in the chaos of Pamela's recent hospital stay. Who's got Linda? Jennifer sing-songs. James steps forward with a smirk. That'd be me. He thrusts a box into my hands. I unwrap it slowly, aware of everyone watching. Inside is a brand new designer wallet. Thought you could use something to put all that money you're saving in. James laughs, and the room erupts in snickers. My face burns with embarrassment, but I keep my head down. Lisa interjects, pretending to be the voice of reason. Oh, come on, James, I'm sure Linda put a lot of thought into it. Later, I overhear them whispering in the corner. So Cancun in February? Jennifer gushes. Found this amazing all-inclusive resort. Sounds perfect. Lisa agrees. Just don't tell you know who. Can you imagine Linda on a beach? She'd probably bring bagged lunches to save money. Their laughter cuts through me like a knife. I turn to leave and nearly collide with Tyler. You okay? He asks, concern etched on his face. I nod, barely holding it together. I'm fine. I manage, then rush for the exit. At home, I find Pamela looking pale on the couch. How was the party? She asks weakly. I force a smile. Oh, office parties. Did you hear back about that new treatment? My heart clenches. Not yet, but don't worry. We'll figure it out. As I tuck Pamela into bed that night, I make a decision. I can't keep this up, the constant judgment, the isolation. It's wearing me down. The next morning, I catch Tyler before our first meeting. Can we talk? I ask hesitantly. He nods, leading me to a quiet corner. Taking a deep breath, I spill everything. Pamela's condition, the experimental treatment, why I pinch every penny. Tyler listened without interrupting, his eyes widening with each detail I revealed. When I finished, he shook his head in disbelief. Linda, I had no idea, he said softly. What you're doing for your sister, it's incredible. For the first time in months, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. Someone finally knew. Someone understood. Thanks for listening, I said, managing a genuine smile. As we walked back to our desks, I overheard James and Jennifer snickering about my dollar store phone case. But this time, I held my head high. Let them laugh. They had no idea what real strength looked like. That evening, my heart nearly stopped when I got a call from the neighbor. Pamela had collapsed. I rushed her to the ER, panic tightening my chest. For 3 days, I barely left her side as the doctors ran test after test. On the 4th day, exhausted and sleep-deprived, I called the office. I need some time off, I told my manager. Family emergency. When I finally returned to work a week later, the atmosphere had shifted. Whispers followed me down the hallway, and I caught furtive glances from my colleagues. Jennifer and Lisa huddled by the water cooler, shooting me looks that felt like daggers. As I passed the break room, I heard James's voice. I'm telling you, she's on her way out, probably embezzlement or something. Why else would she be so obsessed with money? My blood ran cold. What the hell had they been saying about me while I was gone? Lisa approached my desk, her face a mask of fox concern. Linda, honey, we've all been so worried. Is everything okay? We heard some things. What things? I asked warily. Oh, you know, she hedged. Just that you might be in some trouble. Financial issues, maybe, or personal problems. I gritted my teeth. Everything's fine, Lisa. Thanks for your concern. As she walked away, I saw her whisper something to Jennifer, and they both burst into laughter. Tyler was the only one who treated me the same. He stopped by my desk, a concerned look in his eyes. You okay? You seem stressed. I forced a weak smile. I'm fine, just a lot going on. He hesitated. Listen, I've been hearing some pretty wild rumors. Is there anything I can do to help? Before I could answer, James's booming voice cut through the office. Well, look who finally decided to grace us with her presence. Feeling lazy, Linda? Something in me snapped. All the stress, the worry about Pamela, the constant judgment, it all came pouring out. Lazy? I shot back, my voice shaking with fury. You want to talk about lazy, James? How about spending your days gossiping and bullying instead of actually doing your job? The office went dead silent. James's face turned a furious shade of red. How dare you? He began, but I cut him off. No, how dare you? You have no idea what I've been dealing with. None of you do. You sit here in your little bubble, judging me for being cheap or stingy, when you don't know the first thing about my life. Oh, please, Jennifer sneered. We all know you're just a tightwad. My sister is dying. I shouted, tears streaming down my face. She's dying, and I've been killing myself trying to save money for an experimental treatment that might save her life. So yes, I bring my lunch, I take the bus. I shop at thrift stores because every single penny counts when someone you loved is suffering. The silence that followed was deafening. James's mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. Jennifer looked like she'd been slapped, and Lisa had gone pale. Tyler stepped forward, placing a supportive hand on my shoulder. I think we all owe Linda an apology, he said firmly. And maybe it's time we had a serious discussion about the toxic culture in this office. As I stood there, shaking with a mix of anger and relief, I realized something had fundamentally changed. The facade had crumbled, and for better or worse, the truth was finally out. Taking a deep breath, I squared my shoulders. I'm going to take the rest of the day off, I announced. And when I come back tomorrow, I expect things to be different. If not, I'll be speaking to HR. With that, I grabbed my bag and walked out, leaving a stunned office in my wake. For the first time in months, I felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, things were about to change. I walked into the conference room, my stomach in knots. Every employee was there, along with our CEO, Mr. Daniels. Thank you all for coming, Mr. Daniels began, his voice stern. It's come to our attention that there are some serious issues with our workplace culture that need to be addressed. I took a deep breath and stood up. If I may, I'd like to share something. All eyes turned to me. Jennifer and James exchanged nervous glances. For the past 2 years, I've been saving every penny I can to help my sister Pamela. She has a rare condition, and there's an experimental treatment that could save her life. That's why I've been so frugal. The room went silent. I've endured constant mockery and bullying because of my choices, I continued, my voice steady. But it stops now. Mr. Daniels looked furious. This is unacceptable. We're implementing a zero-tolerance policy for workplace bullying, effective immediately. James stood up, his face turning red. Come on, it was just a bit of fun. Mr. Stevens, you're suspended pending an investigation. Mr. Daniels cut him off sharply. As the meeting ended, Jennifer and Lisa approached me. Linda, we had no idea, Lisa stammered. We're so sorry. I held up a hand. Save it. Your apologies mean nothing to me. 6 months later, I sat in the hospital holding Pamela's hand. The treatment had been grueling, but her doctors were cautiously optimistic. Miss Thompson, a nurse called, poking her head into the room. There's a call for you at the nurse's station. I picked up the phone, and to my surprise, it was Mr. Daniels. Linda, I have some news, he said. We're promoting you to senior financial analyst. Your dedication and financial acumen have been exemplary. I couldn't believe it. Thank you, sir. Wow. When I returned to work, the office had changed. James was gone, fired for harassing another coworker. Jennifer had been demoted and kept mostly to herself. Lisa tried to play nice, but most people gave her a wide berth. Tyler greeted me with a warm smile. Hey, senior analyst, a few of us are grabbing lunch later if you'd like to join. I grinned. You know what? I think I will. As I settled into my new role, I found myself forming real friendships. People respected me now, not just for my work ethic, but for my strength. One Friday, as I was packing up, Tyler stopped by my desk. Big plans this weekend. I couldn't help but smile. Actually, yeah, I'm planning a vacation, a real one, with Pamela. She's doing well enough to travel now. That's fantastic. Where to? Thinking Hawaii. Figured I've earned some beach time. For the first time in years, I felt light, free. I had stood my ground, saved my sister, and come out stronger. As I stepped into the warm sunshine outside the office, I knew the best was yet to come. If you were in my position, would you have revealed your personal struggles to your coworkers sooner, or would you have kept it private?